This is my wife Fiona, and she lives here in Japan, and I live here in the United States. We've been together for a little over 3 years now. We actually just had our anniversary on January 1st in the US, but it's actually January 2nd in Japan since they're 14 hours ahead of me right now. And I wanted to make this video today to tell you guys a little about the challenges of our relationship, why and how we stuck it out for so long, and when I'll be moving to Japan full time. If any of that sounds interesting, then stick along throughout the whole video and I'll try to explain everything I possibly can. Alright, let's go. I wanted to make this video a little bit more interactive and not just talking head style sitting at my desk. So I actually have a few things that I have to get done today. I'm gonna go into the city where I live and film a drone video for a brand deal. And at the same time, I'm gonna be explaining the things I talked about with you guys. And I'm gonna try to make it somewhat interesting. So we'll see. Well, I made it to Portland, and like I said before, I got this drone that I'm making a video for right now, and I'm not sure it's really liking the wind. Check this thing out.
Continue. Hover.
And now it seems normal, kind of. How about that? To start things off, I'll give a little backstory on how me and my wife actually met. So I'll try to make it as brief as I can because it is pretty long. But at the end of COVID, I decided to go on a trip to Japan because I've been dreaming to go to Japan for so long. And so me and my friend, we booked a 20-day trip in Tokyo, and I was excited to go. But at the same time, I was using an app called HelloTalk because I wanted to talk to locals and honestly meet a Japanese woman because I was learning Japanese, so it made sense to try and hang out with people that speak the language. So after being in Japan for like 2 weeks, I decided to hop on the app again. And that's when I saw Hiona's name. And I shot her a message and asked if she wanted to hang out. Well, she didn't answer for 2 weeks. So I thought it was a wrap. But surprisingly, after 2 weeks, she finally answered, and I asked her if she wanted to hang out in Tokyo and get dinner and do something, and she said yes. And to make a long story short, we hung out for like a week straight, did everything we possibly could. I low-key abandoned my friend. He was kind of pissed off, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then after that, on like the third day we hung out, I asked her to be my girlfriend, and we've been traveling back and forth from Japan and America for like the past 3 years. That's pretty much the beginning of the marriage arc and how long we've been together. Back in my car now. My hands, I actually can't feel them anymore, so I'm gonna go get a coffee now. I got a couple shots and I'm gonna keep continuing to tell the story, but I need something warm because I genuinely can't feel my face. So that's next. Got myself a nice little latte, hot latte, and a twist donut. All I know is I'm about to smack this donut. So good. What I wanted to talk about next was how we actually got married and how that kind of worked out. So we actually won a free trip to Bali through like a giveaway from a couple that we knew on social media. And trust me, we were like just as shocked as anyone else would have been. So I'd planned that during the Bali trip I might as well propose because she liked the beach idea and she likes like the beaches in general, oceans and stuff. So I thought, oh, I might as well just propose while I'm there. So we went on our week-long trip to Bali, and I think like 3 or 4 days in, we went down to this really nice beach at sunset, and that's when I asked her to marry me. And of course she said yes. It was simple. I want to put something together that's better in the future, maybe like a second proposal. once I get my money up. But after that, we came right back to Japan because I was still staying in Japan for a month with her. And the process was pretty simple. We just went to the post office after making an appointment, and we just signed a couple papers, and it was pretty much done. We were married. And then we got the paperwork that said we were married, certificate, and yeah, and then we sent out for my COE, which is Certificate of Eligibility. And what that means is it just gives me permission, and it says that I have stability in Japan, which allows me to live there. So it's based off of like her income. But obviously, like, I'm getting a job when I get to Japan, and I'm trying to do social media at the same time with our other account. Not so much with this one, because I'm trying to build a community with this one and make it worth something watching. I actually enjoy making content, so this is like the fun part. So now I'm waiting for the COE still, and it's been over 4 months, which kind of sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm making the most of it, making videos, having fun, trying to save money, and yeah, that's pretty much it for that. The coffee was definitely needed. I was freezing, but I'm heading into a different spot now because I'm in a no-fly zone, and I don't really want to get in trouble flying my drone around here. So I'm gonna have to head to this other spot that's like 10 minutes away, and hope that the wind isn't too crazy because it's pretty bad right now. But I got to get my shots, so on to the next spot. I've been practicing with this drone since I got to Portland, and I will say the wind is kind of screwing me right now, but I'm able to get some like decent shots, so I'll show you guys. Check this thing out.
Continue. Hover.
And it tracks me at the same time. Boom, right in my hand. A lot of you might be wondering, how did you make a long distance relationship last? Like, I can barely even keep one in the same town. And I will say, it was definitely not easy at all. And we had to set some pretty solid boundaries at the beginning, because I would say the number one thing that most couples, long distance, close distance, anywhere, deal with is trust. And if you don't build that trust early on, then you're gonna have some really large insecurities down the road. I mean, we talked every single day, in the morning for me, night for her, vice versa. And we just made sure to update each other like all the time. Like, if she went somewhere, I knew where she was. If I went somewhere, she knew where I was. And some couples might like their privacy, but we shared our location because, I mean, if we're truly committed to each other, then we have nothing to hide at all. And that's pretty much where we were at with that. And to be honest, the truth is most people aren't able to do long distance. I'm sorry, but it's just not. If you're in a long distance relationship right now and you think it's going to prosper, then kudos to you, and I really hope it does. But I see them fail time and time again. People message me all the time and say, like, my boyfriend or my girlfriend just broke up with me after like one argument. And I think you have to be like a really strong type of person. You have to be willing to stay committed without seeing each other for months. The first time me and Hiona started dating, we didn't see each other for 6 months after that, and we only hung out for a week. So we had to stay committed pretty much right away. Ugh. And I don't want to act like my relationship is perfect because it is most certainly not. I'm also trying not to die right now on these stairs. But I think when you have 3 years to figure it out, look at this shit. Spooky. When you have 3 years to figure it out, you start to develop these habits and I guess you could say rituals in a sense. And you set these expectations for each other and you build a routine. And that of course takes time because in the beginning, it's gonna be all like honeymoon stage, like you guys are gonna be obsessed with each other. Because I mean, I know when I met Hiona, I was obsessed with her for a long time. But once you start to hang out, it starts to become like every other relationship. You know, you have to develop these things that keep you guys excited to see each other. And I think me and Hiona still kind of struggle with that sometimes. And the only thing that really helps is talking out a lot of our problems. And I would recommend doing that in your relationship as well. Like a lot of stuff doesn't go unheard. We try to share as much as we can so nobody feels like left out, if that makes sense. Well, apparently I can't finish a vlog in a single day because it is now, I think, 4 days later and I'm still making the same video. I guess that's fine. But to end my video, I just wanted to say, if you are in any kind of relationship, close distance or long distance, then I hope you can take something from what I've learned over the past 3 years and try to apply it to your own relationship. And like I said before, no relationship is perfect at all. Like I argue with my wife, we get in fights. I mean, it's only natural, we're human. So if you're looking for like a perfect relationship, they necessarily don't exist. And if you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow up my channel because I'm moving to Japan in like a month and a half, 2 months maximum. And I'm gonna be slinging out videos when I get to Japan. It's not just gonna be about me, it's gonna be about me and my wife. And also, I wanna travel Japan as much as I can and share with you guys everything that I'm learning while living in Japan as an American and kind of just bring you along that journey and showing you what it's like to live in a culture that's completely different than ours. And I think those videos are going to be amazing and I can't wait to share them with you guys. If you're interested in seeing these kind of videos in a couple months, then subscribe now so you don't forget. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next videos. Thank you.